Yes, yes.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. Now, in previous session, we started about the Python functions concept. So I will open the Python ideally, and previously Python program function related one program also we started. Okay, one file also I created. I will open that. Control O, D drive, 8 AM batch. So here the function program, this one. Okay. So now see here, using def keyword, we are creating the function. Using def keyword followed by the function name, followed by the parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, optional parameters, followed by the semicolon. Semicolon representing the end of the function signature. Function signature, end of the signature. And after the semicolon, some indented lines we are writing. N number of lines we can write. Minimum one line required, maximum n number of lines we can use it. Okay, so a lot of points we discussed guys in the last session. So here, because of like writing syntax error we are getting, if you don't want to write anything, simply pass keyword you can use. Okay, so create a function with the required statements and execute it. So here, this is the normal statements normally printing. So I'm creating a function using def keyword. One function name I'm creating without any parameters. And inside that body of the function I'm creating some print statement I created here. And then calling the function is required. So when this function related body statements executing means whenever we are calling. So here no parameters there. That's why no arguments we are passing. So at the time of defining if any variables we are writing here, technically we are calling parameters. And at the time of calling any parameters, any variables if we are using, technically we are calling like arguments. Parameters and arguments are both are nothing but variables which are required values. Okay, these parameters are representing inputs of this function. So these inputs we can use inside the function, we can do the logics. Okay, so now next here, how many parameters I used? One parameter I used. How many arguments I'm passing? Nothing passing. So that's why right now here, this all lines syntactically correctly there. Okay, syntactically every line correctly there. So whenever this function is calling, then immediately our cursor is going to here. So here expected one parameter related value, but nothing passing. That's why immediately type error throwing. So message function missing one required positional argument name like displaying. Okay, all of you understanding this one? And next here, one variable is there, one parameter is there, one value passing. So this is binding here, and this value we are using here. That's why hello Virat like displaying. And after that, this last line also printing. Okay, program not terminating abnormally. And now here, one parameter is there, two variables, two arguments I'm passing, two values I'm passing. So first one binding here, for this no parameter is there. Expected one, but given two guys. So that's why message function takes only one positional argument only, but you are given two like error throwing type error. Okay, so remember n number of, how many parameters are there? Same number of arguments we require to pass it. That is the final conclusion here. Right now. And the next here, see here value I assigned to the one variable, and that variable I'm passing here. So now X contains Virat, this X value sending to this name. Like this also we can call it. Okay. And next here, add the variables and print the result. See, addition function I created, I'm calling the function. So to this X 20 value, to this Y 10 value passing, X value, Y value printing, and X plus Y 30 result printing. These all are print statements directly printing on the console. Okay, but no result is coming to here. By default, in every function, end position return none is there here, like this return none value is there. So wherever we are calling this function to this location, this none value is coming. Return keyword return to the function calling location, its value right now default none is there. That's why here none also printing. Along with these three outputs, none also printing. Okay. So when you are doing practice, you can enable like this and you can execute it. Then you will understand programs. Okay. And the next here, yeah. So x value, y value is printing, and some function here, the print function I'm not using. So directly return I used return x plus y means 30. So 10, 20, 20, 10 values I'm passing, 30 values getting to here. Okay. And now this 30 value we are printing here. The sum is 30 like we are printing. Okay. So this function related result using the return keyword, we can return to the function calling location. If you don't want to send to the function calling location, then directly we can use a print and we can print it. Wherever the statement executing, they're only printing output. Okay. So remember that. Now here, these all are questions, guys. Can we assign a function result to a variable? Yes, we can assign. So this result we are assigned to a variable. A variable is getting a value through the function calling also. Variable is getting value directly, value assigning. Okay, result equal to 10 like we can assign. A variable is getting value by assigning another variable, like several variations there for the variable related. And now here, can we use a function result in an expression? Yes, we can use like this one example, you need to tell it. And next, can we call a function name before creating it? No. Why means, so before creating, if we are calling, so with this name, any memory is there or not in the memory allocation checking, so not finding the name error, name addition is not defined like error throwing. Okay. And next, can we call a function inside the another function? Yes, we can call it. So one F2 function I'm calling inside this statement printing F1, another function calling it there, jumping to here, this function executing, and then another statements executing, like we can use it. So in the real time, number of functions separately creating, and one function only calling, that function internally all the functions calling what are required. Okay. And can we call a function name inside the same function name? Yes, we can call it, but it leads to infinity function. See, F1 function inside the F1 function only I'm calling. So every time this is repeatedly executing and our program is not going to be terminating. At a certain point of time, it returns like recursion error, maximum recursion depth exceeded, like one error is returning. Okay. Yes, remember this. And yeah, working with return keyword related. Working with the return keyword related. See here, in my function, a number of statements I'm writing, and the last statement is a return keyword. In every function, a return keyword statement is a last statement. If we are not writing, by default, none value is there. So to the function calling location, this none value is coming. If we are printing, that is printing none value. Without print function, just if we are calling, so up to these statements only we are able to see this none value is coming to here. That is, we are not printing. Okay. So that point remember. Now here. So okay, in every function, return keyword is the last statement I given. See here. After the return keyword, whenever we are calling a function, so cursor is coming to this function definition. Inside that, what are the statements there up to return keyword executing? After the return keyword, what are the statements we created? These all are not going to be executing. Python interpreter is not finding these all statements after the return keyword. So after the return keyword, whatever the value there here, this value is sending to this function calling. Okay. And then terminating the function execution. I'll be clear this point. Sometimes when you are attending the interviews, people giving like this input, what is output like asking. So carefully remember it. Okay. So these all things in the last session we discussed basic points. A function we are defining using def keyword. Function is not executing automatically. Whenever we are calling, executing. Function how we are calling means using the function name with parenthesis we are calling. So these all points, remember guys, important points. Now here we are going to discussing types of functions. So here only I'm writing. So types of functions, writing. So we have two types of functions, guys. We have two types of function. One is free-defined. One is a free-defined functions. One is a free-defined function, and another one is a user-defined functions. Free-defined functions, user-defined functions. Understanding? So instead of typing in the notepad, again typing here. So directly I'm typing here only, guys. So we have two types of functions, free-defined functions, user-defined functions. So free-defined functions means the functions which are coming along with the Python software. Whenever we are downloading and installing the Python software, along with the Python software, some functions are coming automatically, then those functions we are calling like a free-defined functions. Those functions we are calling like free-defined functions. So free-defined functions also called as built-in functions. Built-in functions along with the software coming. Okay. So tell me some free-defined functions examples like asking. Okay. Tell me some names of free-defined functions. So we discussed, guys, several names we discussed, several functions we discussed so far. For your understanding purpose, print function we used, ID function we used, type function we used, and for reading the input from the user related input function we used, typecasting functions. So many typecasting functions we used. Are you remembering these all? Typecasting functions. So float typecasting function, list typecasting function, tuple typecasting function. Okay. And global functions, there we have a sum function, we have a min function. Okay. We have a min function, like several functions we have. We have a min function, type functions, min, max. Okay. So like so many functions there is. These all are pre-defined functions. Okay. So I hope you are understanding about these all functions. Print function is for printing the data. I think no need to discussing separately again about these things. Print functions, print function is used to printing the response, whatever the input we are giving, that input as an output displaying. Okay, and the ID function is for finding the address of the memory. Type function is for finding the in a memory what type of value is there. Using input method, using input function, we can read the data from the user. Okay, using the command prompt, and using int casting function. So one type of another type of data into int we are converting. So float type we are converting. Another type of data into list type converting. Another type of data into tuple type converting. So if we are giving some sequence of numbers, those all numbers related to sum finding, and out of the sequence of numbers, minimum value is what finding, maximum value is what finding. Okay, like all basic methods. Okay, so eval function. Okay, you can use eval function, len function, several things there. Just I'm giving some names. Some names I'm giving. Okay, so eval function and sorted function. We use a sorted function, reversed function, like this. If anyone asking what is a predefined function, tell me about predefined function, you need to give like this. So the functions which are coming along with the Python software, then those all functions we are calling like a predefined functions. So predefined functions, just we are going to use it directly wherever we required as for the requirement. But my right now my requirement is I want to read two numbers from the user, then input method I will use. Okay, I want to print something response, then print function I will use. I want to check what type of memory there, what type of value is there in a memory, then I will use the type. As per the requirement, we can use these things. Now, coming to the user-defined functions. Coming to the user-defined functions. Okay, so user-defined functions means as a developer, as per our requirement, we are going to create our own functions then those functions we are calling user defined functions. So here message function I created, this is not coming along with the Python software. This is myself I created as per my requirement. Then this is we are calling user defined function. User defined functions by using a def keyword we are going to creating. By using a def keyword we are creating our user defined function. So as per our requirement, we are developing. Inside this function, we are writing one or more lines of statement. At least one statement required, at most n number of statements we can write. In every function, as a last statement, return keyword statement we are writing. If we are not writing explicitly, then internally Python only creating after writing of all lines, ending return none like creating. Okay, so this return keyword is returning this function related result to the function calling location. If you want to save your function result in a separate variable, then you can use a return keyword. If you don't want to be saved in a separate variable or somewhere, then simply normal print statements we can use it. So that is all as per our requirement. Okay. So for example, user defined functions related user defined functions related. So here message function we created, previously addition function we created. Okay, like a lot of functions, our own functions, one add function, one sub function, subtraction related, one mul function, multiplication related, short names I'm using, and one deposit function, one withdraw function, one balance inquiry function, like we can create it. Understanding? F1 function, F2 function, like the several functions. These all functions not coming along with the Python software. As a developer, we are creating as per the requirement. Okay. So remember, these functions using def keyword we are creating. Okay. So this point enough right now. And already some functions, user defined functions we created. And today also more functions we will create it. Okay. Next here, so types of arguments, types of arguments. This is the concept important one. Types of arguments are types of parameters. So like, and all the arguments are parameters, all are same only. Technically here we are discussing like the types of arguments. Okay. So we have four types of arguments. We have four types of arguments. One is we have four types of arguments. One is so non-default or else non-default arguments, also called as required arguments, also called as positional arguments. Positional arguments. Okay, non-default arguments or required arguments or positional arguments, all are same only. And the second one, default default arguments we are calling. Second one, default arguments. And the third one, so keyword arguments we are calling. And the fourth one, arbitrary 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 arguments are variable length arguments. Variable length arguments we are calling. Come on, all of you clear? So Python functions later, types of arguments. We have these four types of arguments we have. We have four types of arguments. So one by one, we need to be discussing clearly. So now here, check it. So non-default arguments, required arguments, and positional arguments. So first, create your function with the add function. One add function I'm creating, a comma b, like I'm writing a comma b. So here, return a plus b. This is the result returning. Now, whenever I'm calling this add function, so here the print also we can write Now, if I'm executing what you are getting response, if I'm executing what is the response I'm going to get? Result getting or any error coming? So here definitely type error coming. So syntax error, we are not following the syntax properly. Somewhere mistake in it there. Check it here. Multi-line comments. I used it. Now here type error. Add function missing two required positional arguments. Two required positional arguments A and B. So here in our function, so A and B two required arguments. These things are two required positional arguments. So for them values missing. Okay, so that's why it is showing like required positional arguments. Some people that's why calling like a required arguments or positional arguments. Why means if I'm giving here 10 value comma 20 value, A value is 10, B value is 20. If I'm giving reverse order 20 comma 10, A value is 20, B value is 10 means first position value to the first position parameter, second position related argument value to the second position parameter passing. Okay, so position also important here. First value to first position matching, second value to second position matching. So, and how many parameters are there? Same number of values required. That's why some people considering like a required arguments. How many parameters there? Same number of arguments required. That's why called required arguments. And positions wise matching. That's why some people calling like a positional arguments. And here values I didn't given like something default value. So B equal to something default value not giving here at the time of defining. That's why non-default arguments we are calling. Okay, if giving like this is a default argument. Right now we are not giving any default value to these parameters. That's why we are calling like a non-default argument. All of you clear this one? These all terms. So some faculties guys are giving only this name, some faculties giving only this name, some are giving only this name. So when you people are seeing in your friends' notes, some people getting argue. Okay, so no positional arguments, there are only required arguments there. My sir told only required arguments there like that, but all are same only. Don't argue with them. Okay, yes. So now here result 30 we are getting. Okay, and comment this, and here the two parameter there only one value passing error coming, three value passing also type error coming, exact number of values passing, then result we are getting. This all already we tested. Now come to the default arguments related. Default arguments related. So here I'm going to defining the same function here. So A value, B value is there here. So now for the A equal to something value, for the B equal to something value, I'm writing. Then no need of passing here. No need of passing here. Okay. So default values we passed here at the time of defining only. Simply we are calling this add function. We are calling this add function. Here A having 10 value, B having 20 value. A plus B 30. This 30 value sending to here. Now printing 30. Going to print 30. Understanding? So default values we passed here. A and B related default values passed. That's why we are calling like a default arguments. I said already, arguments, parameters, all are same. Don't get confusing. First, in your mind, remove that confusion. Parameters, arguments, all are same, like variables. Okay, now here, next, another one. See here, I'm going to give here 30 comma 40. 30 comma 40 I'm giving. Or else simply here for your understanding, I will use some print statements also. Print value of A is A value of A is so A printing, and next here value of B is B printing. So now here execute here A value 10, B value 20, and result is 30 you are getting. Okay. Now copy this, and now here. So I'm going to give here 30, only one value I'm giving. Then what is happening means, so two parameters there having in default values. If you're not passing here any value, no problem, taking these two values. If we are passing one value, so this one value passing to this first parameter, one value is passing to this first parameter, this value is overriding by this 30 value. Now A equal to 30, B equal to 20. So A value 30, B value 20, this default value only printing, and result 50 we are getting. All of you understand this one? So overriding this one. And next one more. So here A value 30, B value 40, two values I'm passing. So here if we are not passing any value, these values using. If two values passing, first value here replacing, second value here replacing. Okay. So both 30 and 40 related displaying now. So all of you clear this one? Three variations. So when we are working with the default arguments, so those are default parameters here. For these the default parameters, so if you are passing values, overriding them, otherwise using them only directly. Now remember these two things. So what is output? You need to understanding here. What is output related? So okay, here I'll give you by seeing only you will understanding. Here 30 value you're getting, and here 40 value we are getting. And here the just A value 30 we are getting, and B value is what? 20 only. 20 only. And here A value is a 10, and B value is a 20 only. So remember guys, what is output? What is output? What is output? And here default arguments there. So I hope everyone understanding about these two variations. Now combination, okay, both the non-default and default related combination, I will do it now. Okay, so working with both default and non-default. Simply first non-default and non-default and default arguments. Working with both the non-default and default arguments. So in above guys, so only default arguments, non-default related I explain on program, and now here the default arguments related I explain, and both combination I'm going to create both combination. So this program, above program, we can use it. Now here you can use this one. See what we are calling this one. This is a non-default argument. Non-default argument, just variable name only there without value. And this is having default value. Okay, this is called the default argument. Non-default argument, default argument. Are you clear? So this is the concept of both combination, non-default and default. Okay. Now here, remember one rule remember. So whenever we are creating like this, always left side, it means first place, non-default arguments only required. always left side non-default arguments and right side default arguments required. Just I used here right now 2 parameters only. Sometimes n number of parameters also we are using, but all non-default related parameters left side and default parameters related right side required. So here right now proper format is there, then working. Otherwise syntax error coming like you can understanding. Okay. Okay. Now here for this value is required. Value is not there here. So that's why this 30 value pass into here. And next this 40, this 40 value, if we are not sending, then B having 20 default value. If you are passing, then here overriding. Here overriding. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use just one value. So then A value is 30, B value is a 20, like a printing. Understanding? 30, 20. So now here, the same program, we can use A value 30, B value 40 related. Now here 40 will come it. So 30, 40. Okay. Okay. Now here rule I'm going to be overriding. So B here is there, B here is there, and I'm going to write A here. Now what is the result? What is the result? Some people thinking like B having some default value with the 20, one value I passed, so that is coming to this A. Now A value is a 30, B value is a 20, like they are choosing the answers. Okay, but here syntax signature only, syntax correctly there or not, line to line executing Python interpreter. So when trying to executing this syntax, here only error is there. Rule not following. Left side non-default, right side default arguments required. But here opposite direction is there. So whenever I'm trying to execute, getting error. So see here, a parameter, each all our parameters we are calling here. So a parameter without a default, a parameter without a default follows the parameter with a default. So parameter without default means this one. One parameter without a default value means A, and it follows the parameter with a default value means that is a B. So like this signature coming. That's why syntax error throwing. All of it clear? So A value is what, B value is what, like no need to think about the logics. First of all, the signature is correctly there or not, you can check it and you can identify the answer. So here syntax, syntax error, syntax error you are getting because of this rule. Okay. Okay. So remember that here a note point I will use, note point. So left side simply left side so required non-default arguments and right side default arguments required. Okay, here multi-line comment related I will use. So left side non-default arguments required. Side default arguments required. This point remember at the time of defining the function. Okay. In a function signature, or else in a function definition, in a function definition, left side always non-default arguments and right side default arguments required. This point you need to be remember right now. Is everyone clear? Okay. So next third one. So what is the third one? Here, Third one is a keyword arguments related. Third one is keyword arguments related. So at the time of defining, right now non-default and default we are using. And at the time of calling, these keyword arguments we are using as at the time of calling these keyword arguments we are using. Okay, here a different function I will create. So def employee of employee ID, employee name, and salary, and DEPT, department related. 4 parameters I'm using, and I'm going to create a message. So here employee ID is, and then I will display employee ID. And the next employee name, and here the employee ID. So here E name related, and employee salary, then here the salary related, and here employee DEPT is DEPT. Okay. Now these 4 values there, guys. So if I'm executing, so just syntactically correctly there are not checking. Yes, everything is fine. Then no problem. And I'm going to call this function. So if I'm not passing any values, then throwing error. Required for nothing giving. These all required. So that's why type error going to return here. Already we discussed that. Okay, I'm going to give the values. So one is employee ID. The employee name is Virat, I'm using, and the salary is 20,000 I'm using, and department is okay, something HR department, like I'm using HR department. Okay, so yes, now 4 values passing, then you're going to get meaningful output. Employee ID is 1, name is Virat, salary is 20,000, department is HR department, like that. Are you clear? Okay, so next this one. Okay, here only multiple times copy pasting. So carefully understanding us, same code only. Next here, I'm going to use here the one and here the HR I'm using. So now come on, let me know. So am I going to get any error? Am I going to get any error or output coming? Error or no error? Written in the chat box. Come on, my dear students. More people there, 1 or 2 people giving replace. What can I understand? So error coming or no error coming, I asked. See, mixing answer, I got it. Some people giving yes, error coming, some people giving no error coming. So that's why I'm asking. Okay. Yes. Check it carefully. So here no error is coming. Why not coming no error? See, no error. The answer is no error. Okay. So here, how many parameters there? 4 parameters there. How many values we are passing? 4 values passing. So first value here binding, second value here binding, and third value here binding, fourth value here binding. 4 parameters there, 4 values we passed. If n number of parameter there, same number of arguments we require to pass. I said if less arguments passing, okay, less values passing or more values passing, error coming. So equal number of values only passing, then definitely no error is coming. Definitely no error is coming. All of you clear? So the no error coming. Again, you are giving error. Okay. So here, see, no error is there. But meaningless output is coming. Meaningless output. See here, employee ID is Virat, employee name is 1, salary is HR, department is 20,000. Meaningless output coming. Okay, whatever the value you are passing to here, so that is as it is printing here. And next, this value passing to this ename value printing here. Understanding? So meaningless there. So when we are interacting to the databases, sometimes we are getting like data. So we are not following the order. Here parameters, what are the order is the same order we are not following sometimes. Then like this meaningless outputs displaying. So to overcoming this problem, keyword arguments concept we are using. Keyword arguments concept we are using. Okay. So now you can see here, to overcoming this problem, next keyword arguments related, I will introduce. Here, I will use ename equal to this ename. So wherever ename is there this Virat value is going to be binding. Okay. So wherever ID is there one value is going to be binding. And wherever DEPT is there HR value is binding. And wherever salary is there, then salary value is binding. Okay. So now this Virat value here, this ID value here, this HR value here, and this salary value here binding. Then meaningful values we are going to be printing. Even though you are not following here order wise, same order wise, then no problem. Based on the key. So where this ename key is there here, where this ename parameter is there here. So they are binding this value. So now you can execute. So ID is 1, name Virat, salary 20,000, department HR. Are you clear this one? So these things, name equal to value, like we created these things we are calling keyword arguments. Key equal to value format. Key equal to value format I used. That's why we are calling like a keyword arguments. All of you clear this one? So key equal to value format at the time of calling the function, if we are using, then that is called a keyword arguments. That is called a keyword arguments. No, Avinash, that is not possible. Ename column Virat, like we are not going to give. Key equal to value format only we are giving. So this is a key equal to value format we are giving. Where that key is there the value is binding. Okay, this is the concept, important one, this one. In future, the people who are using the web development related, so Django, the people who are learning, so like this we are going to binding the data. Yes. So now you can see here. Next, I'm going to use some more values. Okay, this is employee program not required. Next, normal one program I will use. Def display. So here A comma B comma C, for example, some parameter there. So now here print message we can write. So value of A is A. So like I'm using, and now here value of B is value of C is. So here value of B is B, value of C is C. Like we can write it. So three variables I created, three parameters I created. Now, whenever I'm going to call this display function, then I need to send here three values. Okay. So first value to this first position, second value to the second position, third value to this third position we are sending. Okay. This is called positional argument, guys. This is we are calling positional argument. Somebody asking, Sunil, are you understanding? Positional argument meaning. So position wise shading. So that's why here the A value 10, B value 20, C value 30 we are getting. For example, here the C if I'm using, and here the B if I'm A if I'm using, then C value what you are getting 10. Right now here C value is 30. Next time C value you're going to get 10. Okay, position changing, that's why value also changing. value also changing. Are you clear, everyone? Okay. So now here, if I'm using the same parameter two times, same parameter two times I'm using here. Okay. So some people thinking like this value here, this value here, this value here. Okay. And we are printing only one time A, one time B. First of all, the signature is correct or not, you can check it. So signature only wrong. Okay. Duplicate argument A in a function definition. Duplicate argument A in a function definition. So whenever we are defining the function, so every parameter only one time required. Duplicates not allowed. Same parameter duplicates not allowed. Okay. So that's why here you are getting like this. Duplicate argument A in a function definition. This is what signature problem. Okay. So syntax here. Come on, guys. Today I will upload this program. So in every program, what is happening, you need to check it. Every time not possible to discussing. If I'm teaching like this, n number of examples also taking more days. Now here next. Okay, here the first normal program I'll give you. Normal program ABC. This ABC is working right now. Okay, and here what is output? What is output? You can find out here. What is output related in above? I will use. Okay, now next one more program I'm going to use. See here. So keyword arguments related right now. We are discussing keyword arguments, the third variation related. Okay. Now here A, B, C like that. So here I'm giving 10 value to this, and the next 20 value to this B, and the next key equal to value format related, I want to be pass it. So then here, so C equal to 30, like we can give it. And here, if you are having D also, if you are having D also here, D, then here, so for D equal to 40, like we can give it. So no problem. And now here, so value of D is, so then D we are getting. So now you can see here, all values you are getting, A value, B value, C value, D value. Now you can see here, so this A value, this A 10 value passing to A, 20 value passing to B, and C equal to 30. This is passing to C, and D equal to 40. This is passing to D. That's why you're getting. And this one, if you're not following the order also, no problem. Okay. So now here also same result we are getting. C value 30. Wherever C is there 30 value is binding. Wherever D is there 40 value is binding. Understanding? So these two things, positional arguments we are calling. First value to first position, second value to second position only binding. Okay, and these two are not required to follow in the position based on the keys binding the values. Okay, so here at the time of defining the function, non-default arguments and default arguments we can write. At the time of calling the function, so keyword arguments, these things we are calling keyword arguments, key equal to value format, and these things we are calling positional arguments, nothing but non-default, non-keyword arguments. Here key equal to value format there, here no keys there, only value is there. That's why some people considering like keyword arguments, non-keyword arguments. Technical term is positional arguments. First position value to first parameter, second position value to second parameter, and these keyword arguments based on the keys binding. So at the time of calling, we can use the positional arguments and then keyword arguments. This point you need to be remember it. Okay, now here proper output coming. So next here, what is output? What is output? Next one more program. So at the time of calling the function, see here, if I'm using this value here, now, so some people thinking like A value is a 10, D value is a 40, C value is a 30, and the remaining 20 value pass into this B. Like they are thinking. Okay. Now here rule is there. At the time of executing the syntactical rule. So here at the time of calling the function, left side always a positional argument, right side always a keyword arguments required. Same like here at the time of defining the function, left side A comma like A comma B comma like non-default arguments, right side default arguments like we can give it at the time of defining statement. At the time of defining the function, like we can use a non-default, default. Okay, same like at the time of calling. So left side positional arguments, nothing but non-keyword arguments. Right side keyword arguments required. If that rule not following, then syntactical error coming. So you can see here syntax error coming. Now you can see here positional arguments. These things we are calling positional values. So positional argument, this one follows the keyword argument. These keyword arguments following. That's why syntax error throwing. Will be clear? So for this syntax error is coming. Syntax error because of this line. So blindly now you can remember at the time of calling the function, at the time of defining the function, left side non-default, right side default. There or not, like you can check it. Otherwise error coming. At the time of calling the function, left side positional arguments, right side keyword arguments. There or not, you can check it, then working. If following like that, otherwise error throwing. If like this there. These rules, if you are not remembering when you are attending the interview, so no one is asking, tell me something about the function. So giving like small input. Here also I used multiple parameters. They are giving sometimes just A comma B like that. So here the order changing, then what is output asking. So the people who are remembering these rules, they are able to give the answers. It looks like more rules, but simple rules only. You can write your running notes, just 4 or 5 rules only, you will get it for the arguments. So here for this related note point I'm giving. Okay. So at the time of calling function, previously at the time of defining the function I given, now at the time of calling function. So here at the time of calling function, left side positional arguments are required, and right side so keyword arguments required. These note points you need to be followed as left side, right side related. Otherwise error coming. So now totally 3 variations done. So last one also I will show you. small programs. Last one is what? Last one. Arbitrary arguments or else variable length arguments. Arbitrary arguments, variable length arguments. Now here fourth one, arbitrary or variable length arguments. So here variable length means changeable length. Variable means changing related. Variable length. In the real time companies also, what is your variable payment like asking? So your salary, if it is a 15 lakhs, out of the 15 lakhs, 3 lakhs, if it is a variable payment is there means, so your fixed salary is the 12 lakhs only. Remaining 3 lakhs variable payment means based on your performance, you will get it. Okay. So quarterly, some companies paying, okay. And half yearly, some companies paying, and yearly, some companies paying. So like variable payment depending on the work performance, we are getting as. So same like here, variable length arguments. Sometimes when we are defining the function with some parameters, whenever calling the function, so sometimes we are unable to know how many arguments values getting. Okay. So in that situation, how we can handle it? So that is using arbitrary or variable length arguments, we can define it. Okay, we can handle it. So here, okay, the above program, same program, we will use. So here the A, B, C, D, like 4 there, guys, 4 there. So here the 4 values, if we are passing, no problem. Okay, first 2 only I will use A comma B. Then here if we are using like this, then no problem. So A value, B value, we are getting A value, B value. But sometimes giving like this, sometimes giving like this. So then 2 values required for 2 parameter, more than 2 values there. Then in that situation, type error we are getting. Are we clear? Okay. So, but even though like this giving values, I want to accept these all values properly without throwing error. In that situation, using variable length concept, we can achieve it. In this variable length concept here, so single star, we are calling like arguments, double star arguments. So args we are calling, comma, double star, KW args we are calling. KW args means keyword, KW means keyword arguments, and this is we are calling arguments. Normal arguments using single star and keyword arguments using the double star we are representing. We are representing. Okay. Now here, single star I'm using. Single star I'm using. So it means for this first position, 10 value to the first variable A passing, second one passing to here, third one also passing to here, fourth one also passing to here, this last one also passing to here because of this star. Okay. So even n number of values we are passing also, all values are taking and keeping into this B variable. Okay, because of this star. So in this situation, we can use this variable length argument. And this star arguments returns in the form of tuple, in the form of tuple type return output. Now A value is 10, B value is a tuple of values we are getting. Yeah, B value is a tuple of values we are getting. A value is a 10 we are getting. All of you clear this one? Star arguments. So at the time of calling the function, sometimes multiple values also passing by the users. Then those all values using this star symbol, we can access. Okay. So star is accepting. So these all are what? Positional arguments, nothing but non-keyword arguments. Star accepting the non-keyword arguments. So this is the first positional value to first positional parameter. Okay, accepting and remaining all positional argument, positional values passing to this single star argument. Okay, so this is one program, multiple programs required here, copy paste later. And next here, next here. So if I'm using here only star, starting only star, and if I'm using like this, so this is this single star, double star, we are calling like arbitrary arguments. So this is arbitrary arguments. This is what? Non-default arguments. Non-default arguments always left side required, and arbitrary arguments always right side required. Blindly remember, always a non-default argument left side, arbitrary argument right side, default argument in middle you can use if you want. Okay. So at the time of defining the function, 3 arguments accepting. So you can add a plus b, you can add, you will understand guys. So one is an integer type, one is a tuple type. We cannot do addition. Both are different type. Both are different type, then getting the type error problem. So you're asking like this one, 10 plus, so like this one. Okay. So getting type error, 2 different types, getting type error. The small things when you are doing testing, you will understanding it. Now here, so if I'm using like this, so, so people thinking like these all values pass into here, this last value pass into this B like that. Otherwise, some people thinking these all values are sending to this A and B is not having value like that. First of all, top to bottom when trying to checking like syntax wise correctly there or not. So here only syntactical problem is there. What is that? Okay, single star I use it. So single star, double star related rule we need to be pass it guys. So we need to be follow. So here the display method missing one required positional argument, the B is there. So I used only these 2 parameters. If I'm using all combination, you will get error. So right now these all values passing to this A only. All these values passing to this A. Now this B is missing value, type error coming. B is missing argument value. Okay. So like we are getting, remember this. Okay. So what is output like I'm going to give here? What is the output? Whenever you are doing practice, so each one what is getting like you need to think it. Here no syntax error, only runtime error coming. So now next I'm going to use first of all arbitrary arguments related we will use. So star A double star B like we can use. Star A means arguments, double star B means keyword arguments. So here these all are normal arguments, positional arguments. And the next here, for example, E number equal to 101, E name equal to Ramu, okay, like some values. So now here at the time of at the time of calling the function, left side all positional arguments are non-keyword arguments, and right side all keyword arguments we are using. Okay, syntactically correctly there, perfect. And next at the time of defining the function, so right now we are discussing with only arbitrary arguments. So left side single star related, right side double star related required, otherwise error coming. Okay. Now here, these all non-keyword arguments binding into the A, and these all keyword arguments binding into the B. And this A representing in the form of tuple, this B representing, double star representing in the form of dictionary. In the form of dictionary. See here, you're getting A values like a tabular format, you're getting, and B is like a dictionary format you're getting. For the B dictionary we are getting. Understanding? So double star keyword arguments related, all these keyword arguments, so like a dictionary format maintaining, and all these non-keyword arguments like a tuple format maintaining by A. Okay, so remember this one. And now here, double star B and a single star A, like I'm using, and then execute. See here, error coming. Arguments cannot follow the variable keyword arguments. This is like argument, this is a variable keyword arguments. Okay, so like considering single star not followed by the double star argument. That point remember. Single star variable not following the double star variable. So always double star related right side, single star related left side required. Otherwise error coming. Syntax error coming. Syntax error. Okay. Yes, guys. Remember these things. And one note point I'll give you for this. Note point. At the time of defining function, at the time of defining the function, so here left side, so non single star args required, and right side double star kw args required. Right side double star kw args required. This one at the time of defining the function. So left side argument single star and right side double star args required when we are working with just arbitrary arguments related. Okay, and here only, and all the combinations when we are using all the combinations. This rule finally you can remember. So at the time of defining the function, so first left side always non-default, left side always left side non-default arguments required. Left side guys always GHT. Right side always right side what is required? Double star AW arguments, AW args arguments required. Left side non-default, right side double star related must be required, and this second position, third position related. So here next left side this, right side this, second position. Simply here the second position I'm using like in the second position. So default arguments generally we are using, and in the third position, so we're going to use single star args related. Generally we are following like this: non-default, default, single star, double star. So here in the second position, if you want default arguments you can use, otherwise here only I will use, or single star args also we can use. So then here opposite, or what is that, or default arguments. The second and third position later, even though order changing, no problem. So one last program I'll give you for this. These rules, remember guys, note point related, you will understanding everything. At the time of defining the function, these rules, at the time of calling the function, so here the left side non-default nothing but positional arguments, right side keyword arguments, like we need to give it. Now here, so you can see here a comma b equal to 20, and next c, and then double star d. Okay, see here non-default, default, and single star, double star. That is only given here. non-default, default, single star, double star. General rule this one. If these two things changing order also no problem, but left side always fixed, right side always fixed. These two can change it, no problem. Okay, now here, so value of A, value of B, value of C, and next value of C, value of D, value of C, value of D. So C I will use, D I will use. Okay. Now let me know, guys. So here A value is what? A value this one. Okay. And next B value here 25 I will use 25. So now check it. These all keyword arguments passing to this double star. And for this A passing this value. And the next B value is what? C value is what? That is the point we need to be identify. So here B related 20 is there. So this second value is going to overriding here. So now is B value is going to be overriding with 25. Next, these all remaining group of values binding to this C. Are you clear? So then you can see here output, you're getting like this. So A value is 10, B value is overriding with 25, C value is the remaining group of values, C value here, group of values, and D value here, this dictionary type values, D value related dictionary type values. Okay, na? So here, what is output? What is output? You are getting this. And now here, these two you can do the changes. So star C, comma. Now, what is your output? A value is what? A value, come on, let me know. A value is, here A value is 10, first value. Next, you can check it, I will only explain. So here A value is 10. And these all keyword arguments passing to this dictionary. And next, these all positional argument passing to this C only. 25, 30, 40, 50, all passing to this C only. Then what about the B means? B having this default value. Okay, B value now here 20, not 25 or not 50 like something. Okay, so now here you can see that. So B value here 20 only, we got it. 20 only we got it. And C value related, all these group of values we are getting. Understanding? So if this order changing, what is happening? You can understand both programs related. Same inputs only given here, but here these two things, if order changing, result changing as result changing. Duplication means values you can give duplication. Parameters we cannot give the duplication. So if you are giving what is happening, you can check it. Okay. And now here I'm using the 60 value. Then what is output? What is output? A value is 10. All these values are passing to this C, and all these keyword arguments are passing to this D, and the B value is 20 there. This 60 value passing to this C or not? Okay, it's good. So here, these are what? Keyword arguments. After the keyword arguments, non-keyword arguments. This is nothing but positional argument. All positional arguments are always left side blindly required a note point I given top side, and right side keyword arguments. After the keyword arguments, I given the positional argument, non-keyword argument. Okay, then it is throwing the syntax error. Positional argument follows the keyword argument. So A value is what, B value is what, like no need to think it. Because of this only syntax error we are getting. Syntax error. Okay, guys, I will stop this session here. A lot of programs I explain, variables are related. So if I'm keep doing different changes, order changes, you will get different outputs also. So I will upload this material, this program material today. So there, when you are doing practice, combination of 4 things, order change it, here different inputs you can give, what is output you are getting, like keep trying to check it multiple times. Whenever you are doing checking, you will get the proper result. You will understanding all the rules. And in this file, so wherever I given like rules, guys, wherever I given like the rules, somewhere I given the rules now. So not point related rules, these rules. Okay. So these rules, if you are following, then only you are able to give the answers. So these all rules at the time of definition, this is order. At the time of calling, so if you want rule, at the time of calling also. Okay, at the time of calling. So at the time of calling, only positional arguments and keyword arguments only we are giving. At the time of calling, at the time of calling function, already I given top side somewhere. So here, left side. So positional arguments. So, or simply non-keyword. This is for just your understanding purpose. Non-keyword arguments we are giving, and right side always keyword arguments we are giving. Okay. So these rules, if you are not following, then getting error. Blindly you can identify the answers. Okay. Yes, I will upload this and follow this one, everyone. And in the next session, variable scopes there. Inside the function, variables creating. Outside the function, variables creating. Where we can access, where we cannot access. Once completing that, then lambda functions are there. So these all things we are going to discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for this day. See you tomorrow.
Recording stopped.
Hello.
Yes, guys.
Hello, sir. Sir, in that LinkedIn notes are not available. Can you show me?
Tell me.
Yeah, material is not available in that link. Yesterday, I have observed that material is not available in that link. Also, tech.com.
Uploaded yesterday.
Sorry?
Uploaded yesterday.
No, entire material is not available. Entire material is.
Entire means yesterday function related only one basic topic.
Extra means previous classes also not there.
Okay, I think
No, it is there already.
URL maybe
No,
change.
no.
So today
Can you
check
show
it.
me? Can you show me?
Right now for me also not possible to come. Yesterday all the passwords all they changed. So management said that today afternoon new credentials sharing to me. So I'm unable to log in right now. So any other people able to see the material, previous material in the portal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Other people
yes,
able
sir.
to
Which part?
see.
Which part can anyone?
AshokIT.com.
Regular.
Yeah, sir. Same part. In that dashboard.
Clearly where you are seeing there only. This Ashok IT.
Okay.
So now you can log in. Previously where you are seeing there only you are able to see. So but for me right now login problem is there. So management said today afternoon will create it.
Okay. If possible, tomorrow you can see.
See here, login with Google here notes. Myself today concept uploading is not possible right now, but previous programs there, see here all there, previous concepts. Okay.
Sir, do you have session tomorrow?
Tomorrow Saturday we have a session.
Hello.
We have a session tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Tomorrow Saturday or Sunday? Yes, Saturday. We have a session.
Hello?
And see guys here, the all previous material there, no problem. These all will be available up to the 1 year accessibility, no problem. If anyone getting problem, so contact the office team. You will find out. Okay, you will get it solution. And
Okay.
today material not possible to upload immediately. I mean, regularly all these sessions after class over, I'm uploading. But today, maybe evening, I will upload it, guys. So after the 11 management people, I mean, who are maintaining this all portal. So the person after 11 coming to the office. So after that, he will solve my problem. Okay. So remember that.
Hi, sir. One more session.
Hello, sir.
Evening started, sir. 8 PM.
Yes,
Hello?
evening. Wait. Evening 8 p.m. a new session started. So there also these modules only we are going to discussing. Okay. So any of your friends interested can inform to them. Okay.
No
And
extra,
the-
no extra module is there now, sir. Only this content is.
No. If I'm teaching n number of batches, for every batch, the people who are coming newly, those all people must be required to learn whatever the topics right now I'm teaching for you. These all required. After completing these all things, then additional module related focusing. So there are also a lot of new people only there. So that's why I say modules planning. And once completing your session here, I will plan other session, advanced related. Okay, otherwise evening 7 p.m. One project batch teaching. So almost going to end within 2 sessions or 3 sessions. So after that, we'll plan and advanced modules. I mean, the modules which are not teaching here, we'll plan them.
Sir, hello.
Just
Okay.
tell me.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, hello.
Tell me.
Actually, I have one doubt, sir. There are two functions that have parameters. How to pass the parameter values of one function to another function of another parameters of second function?
So that is advanced functions related. Right now, arguments, how we are creating, how we are passing types of arguments, what are there, we are focusing on only those things. So far I didn't cover about the your question related. I didn't teach about those things. So advanced functions, I mean continuation sessions you're attending, you will understanding these things. Okay, na?
Okay.
So in one function, we can pass the another function related parameters. So using the decorators concept, decorators is a more depth subject and also real-time people using. Okay. So first to focus on here, the functions related, all the rules and regulations. If I'm teaching directly decorators, literally almost top of the people will crying. I'm sure.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na? So the people who are interested to learn those things, end of the sessions, I will give you guidelines. Okay, na? No doubt at all.
Okay.
So yes. So those decorators, generators, these all things are not added in the material also. I mean in the 9 modules. Okay. So those all things are generally teaching in the full stack batch. Okay, I'll guide you guys. Don't worry. So right now functions are not over. After completing, so we will plan that. Krishna, what you're getting? Problem?
Sir, word count is not coming properly, sir.
Okay, I'll check it that. Sunil, notes available in the portal. So far up to last session, whatever I uploaded, those all are available in the portal. Go check it. And here this function related, see here the what signature I given clearly. Signature I given here. So here a lot of theory I given, guys. Just to check it, all points I explained only. So here the function I given, in this function, what are the points there? See here one diagram also I given. So here this is the def keyword. Okay, this is a function name and a column representing end of the function. These things we are calling parameters x1 and y. Okay, and inside that, this all we are calling body, function body. Okay, this is called a statement. This is called return statement. Return is one keyword, and inside the function, immediately using triple quotationship writing called docstring. This is tomorrow I will explain. Don't worry. So like signature total structure I given, and in this program, what are the points there right now? These all points related separately I given information. So without missing, if you are reading, you will understanding all the rules. Okay, and later can we call a function name before or not? Can we call one function inside another function? Like all the points, question and answers related I given. Check it, this material. Today material, types of arguments related. So evening time, I will upload it, not now. The point remember. So this is this one. So here all the types of arguments related, all the things you are getting. And a lot of examples also I given, guys. Every topic related, a lot of examples also given. Just you need to download and one by one read it. And what are the example there? If you are practicing, you will get it. And also same time, whatever the program we practiced right now in the ideally, so that file also I will upload. There you will get a lot of programs. Check it. Okay, that is the concept now. And here. Yes, guys. Evening batch also. Sunil, evening batch also charging 999 rupees. Okay. So already I said if I'm teaching every batch free, so I'm not getting any salary. So that's why evening batch 999 rupees charging for all people. Your batch only recording videos related 499
Hello, sir.
charged. Yeah.